going on, everybody? Um, I wanted to come on here and explain, I guess, why I haven't named the YouTube video yet, but I'm assuming it has something to do with my bench PR, which is 335. Hit that a while ago, but you clicked on this video for a reason, and you're probably trying to achieve something similar. You're trying to achieve a number above, maybe 315, or maybe 315 is your goal, or maybe you're stuck at 295 or 285, whatever it is, right? This video, these workouts are not comprehensive to all the workouts that I do. I actually only showed the bench and some flies. I didn't really state the sets or any other exercise that I did. So I'd like to come on here now and kind of explain exactly what I go through, like on a just regular chest day, right? I am not by any means a power lifter. I don't even consider myself really a bodybuilder. I just kind of lift. I like to lift. It just so happens that I've hit some okay numbers to most. I have a 450 squat, 335 bench. I don't deadlift, but I thought I should probably pick up the bar and see what I can do. But I think first things first. For the bench itself, it's kind of hard to kind of give you a rundown of exactly what to do. I think it differs between people, so I can't really say that one workout's going to get you here, right? It's a time commitment, it's some dedication, hard work. You have to want it. But again, I guess getting back to my workout. Right. I start off with a compound. I start off with bench. I work up to something pretty slightly heavy that I could still move for about 5 or 6 reps. It's kind of just my ideology. Some people, again, I'm not grounded in science. Some of these movements or some of the movements that I do during my workouts are definitely have some science, backing it. But by no means am I, completely based in science, and everything that I'm doing is completely based on, research and articles and whatnot. My workouts are also not based off of, bodybuilders that I've seen. It's just kind of something I've done. Again, to an extent it is, right? I watched the Trend Twins. I'll take up some movements from them. I watched Lex Little. I'll take up movements from him. I watched Sam Sulek. I watched TNF. I watch all these guys, right? So it is a mixture of the content that I do watch. I've already said this, but let's get back to my workout. I start off with a compound. I try to keep my sets kind of low. I hit like 3 warm-up sets. Today I hit 135. Then I went to 225. And then I hit 245. Just trying to build up to my top set. I was keeping these between 5, 6, 7 reps each, just to like kind of warm up the chest. Then I hit 275, first working set. It doesn't look like I worked hard enough. It kind of looked like I left a couple in the tank, but I was definitely dying there, and and I don't have the spot, so it's a little scary to keep on going. But I also saw it. I looked at the video and I was like, I could probably go a little higher. Threw on 5s on each side, got to 285, hit that for I think 5 or 6 maybe. So I guess that's something else I want to preference. When I go to train, when I'm hitting these sets, I'm hitting 2 to 3 working sets. The 275 and the 285 are the last sets that I did. I cut the camera and I moved on to incline dumbbell bench, which I didn't record. But 2 sets, 2 working sets. So I go pretty hard, it's not they're not mediocre, they're not, I'm really pushing myself. If you see the 285, like, in my head on the bench, I thought I wasn't coming back up. A little scary, but I thought, I might not come up. So I had to push it up. After my compound movement, which is bench today, I move on to dumbbell incline. Just a staple. I love it. Can't go wrong with it. If your form's good, then it does work like it's supposed to. If you're completely arching your back, and like keeping your chest really high, it just ends up being another flat press. So make sure to really not arch as much as you probably want to. You want to stay as parallel with that bench as possible, just to kind of really engage your upper pec. Again, only 2 working sets here. I did one warm-up. I hit 80s for I think about 10. Then I moved on to 100s for 2 sets of, I think one was 8 and then one was 10. So a little higher in the rep range than I'm used to, but these are the highest dumbbells I have in my gym. So yeah, I typically like to keep the range of reps from somewhere between 4, 5, 6, 7, or even 8. Like, that's kind of the rep range that I'm hitting, and when I'm hitting that 7 or 8, I'm hoping to truly like be hitting failure, and not necessarily like I'm not absolutely failing every single time, but I mean it is pretty close, kind of like just how I train. Then from there, I moved on to flies. I typically go dips, and I typically bring my belt, do weighted dips. Sets me up for this transition to go straight into triceps. Another great chest movement in my opinion, especially if you add weight, because without weight, for me at least, it's kind of like I have to hit like 20, 25 reps to even like start fatiguing and like really slowing down. So I typically go weighted dips, again 2 working sets, but today I didn't bring the belt. The dips were taken, so I just went flies. There I hit 2 working sets. I think I was doing like 200 or so pounds, but I don't really know how that translates from machine to machine, so it could be different for whatever machine you're using. Then after that, I go straight into triceps. I go some kind of tricep push down, usually with the easy bar. Really hammer them out. Once you hit failure, you kind of like stand over the bar and push down on it. Just something I've always done. Then I'll probably go to some kind of isolating like unilateral tricep movement. And that's kind of, it's a typical chest day, right? There are days where I go a little harder. There are days where I train a little more intensely. But for the most part, like right now, I'm not really trying to hit another crazy number. I'm just trying to get workouts in, especially now that I'm so packed out with like finals coming up and so many essays, so many assignments to do. Like sometimes I only have 45 to an hour to really hammer these workouts out. So yeah, that's kind of my chest day. If this helped, please leave a like. I'll continue to make so many videos. I have so many. This is just such a small portion of what I do. Hopefully shout out to the 2 subscribers. I appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. 2 subscribers, let's go. But again, yeah, tag along. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll find me entertaining. I can't really even record at this gym, but I'm still recording. I think there's like a passion for it. Like I actually love it. It's fun to me, Again, you know what? And shout out to Lex Little. Shout out to Lex Little. I freaking love that dude. It's a little bit of a glaze, but I love Lex Little, bro. Every time he comes on with the Pokemon, Twitch live, the live streams, it's so good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, leave a comment. I will continue to make more, and maybe make one more dedicated to maybe getting stronger, maybe make one on how I hit a 450 squat, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching.